All right, Mr. Siegel, we are live on another episode and edition of Technology Corner live with NTM. Good morning to you.
Good morning and happy Friday. I apologize for my casual attire. Busy morning, and I just didn't get around to getting myself presentable. But this is the real deal, Kelly Siegel. So,
Kelly, I love it. Most times, video to your consumers and prospects and customers doesn't have to be Hollywood quality like a Marvel movie. It can just be authentic and real. So it's all good. So, Kelly, this morning we are talking about hardware, and you and I had a great conversation yesterday just about one of your clients recently who had some hardware issues and what that looked like, and a little bit about NTM's process. And, that comes up a lot in questions, right? And so, just in the spirit of diving right in, why is hardware such a big concern for businesses, and will it ever go away? And what should they be paying attention to?
well, again, Dave, we're 25 years in this business, and there's an evolution of technology, and there's an evolution of philosophy. There's still an old school faction of people that believe in lease versus purchase, and their purchase, and they want to touch, grab, feel, and smell and own, and a pride of ownership of their servers and their gear and their whatnot. The challenge with that is it depreciates immediately. It's ridiculously overpriced right now with the supply chain issues. So NTM offers what we call hardware as a service, and we offer it as a monthly rental replacement program, if you will. And every 3 years, we guarantee you're going to get refreshed gear. And in today's marketplace, you almost need it, because after 3 years, there's no benefit. The companies out there that have had a computer for 10 years and a server for 10 years, that doesn't happen anymore. I mean, in 3 years, the technology speed and size doubles.
Yeah.
So it shrinks in size, it doubles in speed, and you are doing yourself a disservice if you're not recycling your equipment every 3 years. So there used to be a faction where it was cheaper to buy it and keep it, but I can prove over and over and over again that it's not. Now, there are certain instances where you have some integration and you need to own it and you need to have everything. But I haven't seen much of it yet. Most everything is, it's like, I was teasing somebody, a prospect of mine who said, I want to own it, I want to do it. I said, well, then why are we talking at the gym today? Why don't you have a home gym? He goes, come to think of it, I do have a home gym, but I like coming to the gym and paying the monthly fee and seeing the camaraderie. So, uh, there's old school people that you'll never talk them out of purchase versus lease. To me, as a businessman, cash flow is everything. Why write a big check when you can write a check that's just an operating expense versus a capex? There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just know that in 3 years, that equipment is pretty much obsolete anymore. After 5 years, the manufacturers aren't even supporting anything anymore. So let's just say you do keep it, you keep it for 2 years after, and you save that money, but it tends to break down. So, that's the overview. There's really no right or wrong. I myself prefer as a service. I fought it tooth and nail too, but hey, go try to buy a Microsoft product right now. You can't. Everything is a monthly fee.
Yeah.
That's what they're realizing is residual is everything.
Yeah. So
And we think about where automotive is going,
Yeah.
where these self-driving vehicles, at some point, you're going to pay a monthly fee, and a car is going to pick you up and take you to work and have everything ready for you. And you're not going to own a car. It's coming.
Yeah. Elon Musk said years ago that the subscription ownership car conversation will be happening in his lifetime before he's dead. And I think he's right. And, I'm about a few years removed from him, and I know you are too in terms of age, but he's right. A lot of things are going to become subscription based. It's a gig economy and people need to get used to it. So as you're talking about hardware, let's define what sort of hardware you're talking about. Are we talking about peripherals, accessories, servers? What sort of hardware pieces should businesses be focused on, and what does hardware mean?
Well, at the end, in the NTM world, that's a great clarification. In the NTM world, we will hardware as a service anything. We'll also sell it to you, but it's we giggle because there's no benefit. It literally, in the NTM world, this is shameless plug in advertising. In the NTM world, it's almost the same price if you pay for it monthly versus if you pay for it outright. So the difference is if you pay for it monthly and it breaks, we fix it. We take care of it. There's no fee associated with it. But if you bought it, then you're paying for everything to upgrade it, including our time to come out and address what's wrong. So in the NTM world, and I know we're significantly underpriced in that, but I do it because I don't know what it is about Michigan, but we're just a little bit slower to adapt to new technology. And I've realized, we've done analysis, that when people get new gear on a more regular basis, their happiness factor and productivity increases. So we tend to push our hardware as a service. Everybody thinks we're trying to make more money, but my accounting, I assure you, yells at me and says, sell it, sell it, sell it, because we make the money right up front versus being an insurance company and making it over 36 months. And to answer your question, everything, switches, wireless access points, servers. Even though we're seeing better than 50% of our customers are going to the cloud, but we still do both. With the supply chain issue right now, servers are real tough to come by. We have a plethora of them. So if you have an issue or you need something, we have an inventory full of everything. But everything as a service is what we prefer because it's easier and simpler. We have backups of all of our gear. So something fails, we pull down one off the shelf, we download the backup, and we come running. So the downtime is minimal, where everyone else is going to be calling the manufacturer and doing next business day returns. We go to speed of business, man.
Yeah, I hear you. The speed of business is so critical. So what's the support? Is there a support difference versus buy versus leasing through hardware as a service?
Well, you kind of just heard it. And I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Dave, and I apologize about that. Is that we'll spend a lot less time triaging it because we have another one. And if it's in fact a bad gear, then we take it back and we do the RMA, the rental or return to the manufacturer on our time and not yours while you're down. Yeah. So I think it's a little quicker to uptime if it is in fact dead. But we're still going to diagnose it the same way. We're still going to go the same way. I think third party payments, if you're making a monthly payment to people, they treat you differently. I've noticed that. That's just my opinion. If if you call somebody and you bought a piece of gear from them for $100,000 versus you're spending $10,000 a month, they're going to look at the $10,000 a month way better than the $100,000 you already spent with them.
I agree.
That's just human nature. They know that you're going to stay for years and years and years spending that $10,000 versus the one-time purchase of the $100,000.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah, you become sticky at that point. That's really important. So when you're talking to prospects who are looking at leaving a current service provider or they're unhappy with a current service provider, are we seeing that they have hardware issues? Is that something that motivates businesses to be unhappy?
Oh, excellent question, guys. It's like you're reading a script or something. Absolutely. A lot more oftentimes than not, they bought lesser than inferior gear years ago, own it, and that's the crux of their slowness or downtime or insert business impacting issue here. It's usually because they skimped 3, 4, 5, 2, 1 year ago and bought small office, home office, Netgear, or just inferior solution. Whereas people think we're putting in, I got a message from a customer the other day, and I'm sorry, if he's watching this, he said, "You seem like you're providing us a Ferrari, and all we need is a Cadillac." And I was like, "Oh," I go, "but here's the best part: we are providing a Ferrari, but you're paying Cadillac prices." We do walk into a lot of companies where they have, in fact, inexpensive, really small office, home office, and it is a big difference. Small office, home office equipment is not enterprise level gear. And when you call the manufacturer for support, they treat you differently.
Yeah.
It's just go to Microsoft Windows Home versus Windows Professional. There's no support for home. They just mass produce it and throw it out in the big box stores, and that's it. So most people don't know this, but you get what you pay for. And usually in IT and most things in this world, man, you get what you pay for, and when you pay the little extra, it pays off in dividends.
100%. Kelly, we've got a white book and an e-paper where people can download it and get more information on a lot of these issues they might be having. They can check it out at trustntm.com/offer. That's trustntm.com/offer. We'll put the link in the show notes here. Every Friday, 9:15 Eastern, 9:15 a.m. And Kelly, any wise words before we part for our audience today?
I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we offer both. We will sell you the gear. We also as a service it, whichever works your budget and what your needs, wants, and desires. We're not trying to say all things to all people. I mean, I'm not trying to say that one is better than the other. It's like left versus right, red versus blue. We're purple. We're in the middle. So whatever fits your need, we'll do it. The offer, we have tweaked that offer a little bit. There is 3 scans that we're going to run that are going to give us a very good idea of what's going on in your network. There's a dark web scan to know what's being sold about your business. There is a cyber scan that's going to tell you your vulnerabilities. And then there's a network scan that's going to tell you all about your gear. So take it. It's very, very good. If you don't decide to do business with NTM, we give you all the scans and you can take it to your current provider and decide what you want to do with it. It's very, very good information. I suggest everybody do it, whether they're going to make a change, whether they're not. They can provide it to their insurance company and show that they're in compliance, or just peace of mind to be able to sleep at night that you're covered. Take advantage of it. We've got it down pat. We are training all of our engineers to be able to go out and do this within 1 hour. It is no big deal, but it gives lots of information. So I highly suggest everybody try it.
Kelly, what are we charging for that service, that scan?
If they click on the link on the website on www.trustntm/offer, they get it at no charge. They schedule a meeting with me. It is very eye-opening, guys. I know it sounds like a sales thing, but if you're not looking at this stuff, you are burying your head in the sand and missing the boat. And you're going to have to do it when the insurance company comes calling in 2023 and says, hey, you have this, this, and this. And you're going to go, matter of fact, here's the scans from Kelly Siegel. And yes, we do.
Love it. Kelly, thanks for hopping on the call today, my friend. We will talk to you next Friday at 9:15 a.m. Eastern.
Happy Friday, happy weekend, and thank you all. Be awesome, be kind.
Same to you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye, guys.